ascribed the 5% excise duty earlier imposed on telecommunication service, a policy reversal that is expected to ease cost pressures for millions of Nigerian subscribers. Business points where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government policies. I am Kikelomo Okere. The Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communication Commission, Aminu Maida, confirmed that the development, stating that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ordered the removal of levy during discussion on Finance Act. The government noted that development is expected to bring relief to over 171 million active telecom users across the country, many of whom have faced a 50% tariff increase implemented earlier this year. Recall that 5% excise tax on telecommunication was introduced in 2022 under Buhari's administration as part of plans to raise more non-oil revenue for government. It covered both voice and data services, with operators directed to remit on or before 21st of every month. Officials justified the levy by pointing to Nigerians' widening revenue shortfall and the need to expand the tax net beyond oil revenue. From the outset, the tax drew criticism from telecom operators who warns that it could place an extra burden on both the industries and consumers. The Association of Licensed Telecom Operators of Nigeria explained that the companies were already struggling with more than 39 different taxes, a 7.5% VAT, and a mandatory 2% contribution of annual revenue to the Nigerian Communication Commission, adding that they were soaring operating costs, particularly from the heavy spending on diesel to power-based stations in the face of unreliable electricity. Operators made it clear that they would not absorb the new levy and would pass the cost directly to subscribers, effectively raising the total tax burden on telecom service to about 12.5%. They argue that the policy was not sustainable, describing it as unhealthy for sector and damaging to consumer already grappling with the high living cost. Recall that NCC approved a 50% increase in telecom tariff effect of January 2025. Operators had initially requested as much as 100% increase. Both NCC settled on 50% to balance both rising operational costs and the need to protect consumers' costs like inflation, rising fuel and energy price, foreign exchange shortage, and increased costs for data price increased substantially. For example, MTN monthly data plan changed the 1.8 gigabyte plan from 1,000 naira to 1,500 naira. Similarly, the 20 gigabyte plan went to from 5,500 to 7,500. SMS rates also rose. A text message that used to cost 4 naira to 6 naira. The average cost of 1 gigabyte of data rose. Before the hike, it was around 285 naira. They moved to about 431 naira in advert price zone. Though some operators listed even higher depending on the plan, but the hike was already started to bite for many households. Where telecoms was once among the more predictable part of the monthly expenses, the increase creates pressure, especially for lower income users who may need to scale back to data usage, stay with cheaper plans, or limits on non-essential app. Nigerian lender posted a surge in interest income to 15.4 trillion naira in the past year on the back of the hawkish stand of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria. This was indicated in the 20th edition of the Banking Sector Report by Afrivest titled Act Bold, Beyond a $1 trillion Economy, which was unveiled at an event in Lagos, which also marked the 30th anniversary celebration of the firm. But February and November 2024, the Apex Bank hiked the benchmark rate by a cumulative 875 basis points to 27.5% in a bid to tame inflation, stabilize the naira, and restore investors' confidence. While the policy squeeze system liquidity, it provides high accretive for banking earning. The MPC has since entered a hold stand with about 100 basis point moderation being projected by analysts by the end of the year. The executive summary of the report shows that monetary policy under Cardoso-led CBN pivoted aggressively in 2024 to tame inflation, restore market confidence, and stabilize the FX rate. A prominent policy measures deployed by the Apex Bank was the successive hike in the benchmark rate by a cumulative 875 basis points to 27.50% between February 2024 and November 2024, and this, alongside other variables, was left unchanged throughout the first half of 2025. These policy measures, though aimed at taming the system liquidity, drove at 118.5% year-on-year jump in the coverage universal interest income to 15.4 trillion naira, while gains from trading activities increased by 8.6% to 2.3%. It added in the end, the pre-tax profit of the coverage universe surged by 65.7% to 6.2 trillion naira, indicating that lenders were able to sweat out value even in the challenging macroeconomic condition. On the banking sector recapitalization, the report indicates that all lenders within its universe have initiated or completed a capital raise to strengthen their buffer, with banks estimated to have raised about 2.5 trillion naira as of first. Commenting on the economy, experts says the presence of fuel and foreign exchange subsidy prevented the Nigerian economy from attaining its rightful growth trajectory. The chairman of Afrivest West African Limited, Donald Lawson, who was represented by development economics professor Osita Ogbu, says in a world where volatility institution can both shock absorber of transformation. Fees in the industry sector declined at 41.1 points in August 2025 from 51. This disclosed this in its Purchasing Managers Index report for August 2025. The report stated that the industry sector at 49.1 points indicated contraction in industrial activities in August 2025. Output, new orders, and employment indicated decline in August 2025 at 49.6, 47.2, and 48.9 index points respectively. Similarly, stock of raw materials experienced contraction at 48.9 index points in the review month. However, in August 2025, the supplier delivery time index recorded fast delivery time at 52.4 index points. Among the 17 subsectors surveyed in the industry sector, 7 recorded expansion, while the remaining 10 subsector indicated contraction. The subsector with the highest expansion was transportation equipment, while paper products recorded the high level of contraction. However, August, CBN noted that the service sector stood at 51.9 index points, representing 0.9 points decline compared to 52.8 index points in July, as the agricultural sector maintained stability at 53.9 index points. This resulted in an overall expansion in economic activities at 51.7 index points in August, representing a 1.0 point decline compared to 52.7 index points recorded from previous months. The report further stated that the composite PMI for August 2025 stood at 51.7 points, indicating an expansion in economic activities for the 9th consecutive month out of 36 subsectors covered in the survey. 22 experienced expansion in economic activities. The service sector index at 51.9% in August 2025 indicated expansion for 7 consecutive months, with 10 subsectors recording growth in the economic activities out of 14 subsectors covered. Commission recovers 10 billion naira for aggrieved customers. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission says banking and fintech services account for the highest number of consumers complaints in Nigeria. In a new report released today, the Commission disclosed that between March and August 2025, more than 33,000 complaints were filed against banks, while fintech services recorded 1,400 cases. Other top complaint areas include fast-moving consumers goods, electricity, e-commerce, and telecommunications. According to the FCCPC, the complaint ranged from unauthorized deduction and hidden charges to service failure, deceptive marketing, and product defects and unresolved disputes. During the period under review, the Commission resolved 9,091 complaints and secured refund and recoveries exceeding 10 billion naira for affected consumers. Executive Vice Chairman of the FCCPC says data reflect the frustration Nigerian faces daily, but assures that the Commission is stepping up enforcement to hold businesses accountable and protect consumers. The report also highlighted persistent issues in the sector, including billing disputes and service failure, as well as growth in e-commerce and lending. The FCC therefore urge companies to improve their internal complaint resolution system, while consumers are encouraged to continue through Commission official channels. All right, let's take a quick short break now. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Stay with us. Back, if you're just joining us, is Business Points on Global Television, where we extract the Nigerian economy and the government's policies. Nigeria has achieved a significant breakthrough in curbing crude oil theft and losses, with figures from the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission showing a 50.2% reduction in the losses during the first 7 months of 2025. According to a statement issued by the head of media and strategic communication at the NUPRC, Eniola Akikotu, the country lost 2.04 million barrels of crude oil between January and July 2025, averaging 9,600 barrels per day. This is the lowest level since 2009, when daily losses stood at 8,500 barrels per day. By comparison, Nigeria lost 4.1 million barrels in the whole of 2024, averaging 11,300 barrels per day. The new figure also represents a dramatic improvement from 2021, when the country suffered its highest ever losses at 37.6 million barrels at the average of 102,900 barrels per day. The latest results amount to 94.57% reduction compared with the 2001 peak. The NUPRC attributed the gains to a mix of stronger regulatory oversight, security collaboration, and community engagement. Between January and July 2025, crude oil losses were contained at 2.04 million barrels per day, averaging 9,600 barrels per day over the 7-month period. This marks a clear departure from the high loss year that have long plagued the industry. The Commission explained that its metering audit initiative designed to ensure accurate measurement of production and export has been central to eliminating discrepancies. Furthermore, the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act in 2021 has provided a stronger framework for industry regulation, contributing significantly to the downward trend. In 2020, lost 37.6 million barrels per day at average of 102,900. This fell to 20.9 million barrels per day in 2022 at 57,200 barrels per day. By 2023, the figure had dropped to 4.3 million barrels per day, averaging 11,900 barrels daily, and further reduced to 4.1 million barrels per day in 2024. To consolidate progress, the NUPRC, under the leadership of the Chief Executive, has 37 new crude oil evacuation routes to tackle theft. The Commission says it has adopted both kinetic and non-kinetic measures. On the kinetic side, the NUPRC has deepened cooperation with security agencies, oil operators, and host communities to secure oil infrastructure. On the non-kinetic side, regulatory measures such as audit and system review have been implemented to close loopholes. The Dangote Group has announced that its Dangote Petroleum Refinery will commence direct supply to petrol to 11 states starting from Monday, September 15, 2025. This disclosure was contained in a press release issued via the group's official X account. Retail pump price for the initial states are 841 naira per litre for Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Ondo, and Ekiti State, and 851 naira per litre for Abuja, Delta, Rivers, Edo, and Kwara State. The gantry price is pegged at 820 naira per litre. To support petroleum station operators, the refinery will provide free delivery of the PMS to registered stations in the 12 states, with plans to gradually expand distribution nationwide. All station owners are invited to register to access this benefit. The move is expected to improve petrol distribution and supply consistency across covered states. Recall that Dangote Petroleum Refinery, Africa largest with 650,000 barrels per day capacity, opened in 2024 to reduce Nigerian reliance on imported petroleum and strengthen energy security. In July 2025, it received 4,000 CNG trucks under 720 billion naira investment program aimed at distributing 65 million liters of refined petroleum products daily, creating over 15,000 jobs and saving Nigerians more than 1.7 trillion naira annually in energy sector. The initiative also seeks to improve efficiency in the downstream sector and revive dormant petrol stations. The refinery's planned expansion into nationwide petrol distribution was initially scheduled for August 15, 2025, but it is now set to begin on Monday 15, 2025. Preparatory challenges in the early September include a 3-day notice from the Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria to suspend lifting and dispensing of petrol over concern about fair competition. Simultaneously, the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPEG, went on 2-day strike, which was later suspended following a DSS convened meeting attended by the Minister of Finance, Wali Edu, and representative of the Nigerian Labour Congress. A memorandum of understanding was signed to resolve the dispute, mandating union of willing employees from 9 to 22 of September 2022, prohibiting the creation of any other union and ensuring no worker will be victimized due to the strike. Sterling Financial Holding Company PLC has sustained its growth momentum, projecting gross earnings of 149.27 billion naira for the fourth quarter ending December 31, 2025. This projection builds on the group's performance in the first half of the year, while profiting after tax rose by 157%. Gross earnings climbed to 39.7% to 212.61 billion naira, and earnings per share rose to 89 kobo from 56 kobo together. These results highlight a stronger year-to-date trajectory, reinforcing profitability and boosting investors' confidence in the group's long-term outlook. According to the filing on the Nigerian exchange, Sterling Holdco expects interest income of 116.73 billion naira and interest expenses of 42.88 billion, resulting in net from fund of 73.85 billion naira. The group also anticipates credit impairment charges of 16.8, with other income projected at 28.37 billion naira, bringing the net operating income to 85.37 billion naira. Operating expenses are forecast at 67.24 billion naira, leaving a profit before tax at 18.1 billion naira. Projected 1.88 billion naira is estimated at 16.25 billion naira for the quarter. Sterling cash flow outlook underscores the strength of its balance sheet, projected 13.56 billion naira in the net cash generated from operating activities, alongside 266.16 billion naira in financing inflow and 187.93 billion naira in investing activities. All right, this is where we call it a wrap on Business Point today. Join me again next week on Global Television channel 365 on DSTV and 276 on Star Times. To stay connected, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at Global TV NG. Till I come your way again, I am Kike Lomo Okeri. I celebrate you all.